Welcome to Tales of the Astral, where our adventurers will be exploring the mysteries of the Astral Plane. The known universe is thousands of worlds. Some use tech to fly and thrive in space, others use magic, and some use a mix of the two. Welcome to a world of spaceships and spellcasters, lasers and loots, gravity and gods, and everything the stars have to offer. Welcome, Space Cadets. Let's start out introducing ourselves and a little about our characters, top to bottom, left to right. Let's start with B.
Hello, I am B. I use they, them pronouns, and I am playing Iker, who uses he, they, it pronouns. Iker is a plasmoid warlock.
Hi, I'm Charlotte. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Ware, a autognome druid who uses it, they pronouns and is currently a squirrel.
Hello, I'm Jen. I use they, them pronouns, and I am playing Snap, who uses he, they pronouns, and Snap is a tabaxi fighter.
Hi, I'm Danielle. I use she, they pronouns, and I'm playing Mayor, who uses any pronouns, and they are a gift paladin.
Hi, my name's Becca. I use she, they pronouns, and I am playing Helionyx, who uses they, them pronouns. It is an astral elf artificer monk, currently disguised as Nikolai, the other astral elf.
Hi, I'm Amy, she, her pronouns, and I am playing Aster, they, them pronouns, who is an Eladrin cleric.
Amazing. And we will get right into it. Last time on Tales of the Astral, our heroes landed at Amadora Station, a giant asteroid that had been hollowed out and turned into a spin-gravity space station. Once there, Helionyx disguised themselves to stay hidden while on their home station, and Ware wild-shaped into a squirrel, worried about how a purely technological society would feel about an autognome. They parked the ship in the arcane dock and made their way to Central Market, a bustling marketplace full of stalls selling art, tech, food, philosophy, and anything else you can think of. Aster talked to an old friend, a GIF named Aura, who traded them a ring, one that Aster had given long ago to a dear friend. The party sold the case they had come there to sell and set out on a plan to sneak Helionyx into their astral elf community to pick up some of their tools. While Mayor, Iker, and Aster created an amazing distraction with an improvised performance, Ware and Helionyx snuck into inventory and were able to collect their tools. On their way out, Helionyx looked back to see an old friend, Keela, who they had been separated from at the start of their star walk. We rejoin our adventurers as Helionyx leaves the workshops with Ware on their shoulder. Your walk into the main library see the end of your party's performance. Unfortunately, or more fortunately, we are coming back to see what Snap has been up to during last session. Let me get it, just you. Wonderful. Lovely. Snap, you chose to stay on the ship because there were some serious repairs that needed to get done. You have just completed fixing all the damage done in your last space confrontation, making sure that the ship is in ship shape. What does Snap do now that they've finished?
Am I down there just kind of on my own, or is Lux with me, or?
Lux is on the bridge. She's staying close to the spell jamming helm in case anything happens or
Okay.
needs to be moved. So, yeah.
Okay, so I think Snap will kind of just look again at his work that he finished, making sure it's top notch, got every little nook and cranny that needs to be sealed up, every bolt is screwed as tight as it needs to be, and I think we'll just kind of, not too much knowing what to do with the time at the moment, do what he usually does and kind of go rummage through some bits and scraps and pieces that he has laying around and kind of just start kind of welding things together. He kind of just places things to see what fits together. He doesn't always know what he's making. He just kind of starts throwing things together and see what comes of it. So yeah,
I love it.
just to kind of pass the time.
Amazing. Do you have anything like Tinker's tools or something like that?
I think I do. Oh, maybe I don't. I have navigator's tools for some reason. Let me see.
I think based on I want to give you proficiency because I think based on,
Okay.
on who Snap is, they would definitely have proficiency.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I just
roll with
hadn't added yet, but
proficiency and either intelligence or dexterity, depending on how you think Snap works.
okay. So this would be. Sorry, just walk me through since I don't have it here. So
Okay. Proficiency is 2.
Yep.
And then do you know what your intelligence or your dex is, whichever you're going to use?
yes. So add that. So a 7.
Okay.
Altogether.
Lovely.
Do I roll?
Yeah.
Okay, let me roll. Sorry. I was
No,
adding
no
just when I
worries.
saw there. It's been a minute, guys. Okay, so then that plus 2, that's a lot better. That's 18.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, as you're putting your pieces together, you see that you've made like a little machine that kind of like whirls and has little cogs in it. Not quite sure what it's going to be, but for now it's it's like a little working machine.
I think I just kind of find a spot. I'd like to think there's a little area of maybe some rickety shelf or something that I place, because of course I can't put everything in my pockets and bags, but I go and I place it up there next to whatever else is I've made up there and just give a little head tilt and appreciate, whatever this new little contraption is.
Wonderful. I love that. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Perception. That is a 15.
Nice. So you're just kind of like working in your little space, and there is a porthole in the side of the ship, or I'm not sure if that's the right word, just the window, essentially. I don't know ships. But yeah, there's this beautiful like glass window that's embedded to remind people the kind of major frame of the ship are these brown kind of living vines, and so they wrap around this bit of glass, and as you do, you see a figure walking past the door. They have this like white shiny armor. You see a Ziltreth commando holding a large laser rifle walking carefully around the ship.
Okay, so I think I mentioned before Snap's tail movement. So as I'm sitting there appreciating my little knick-knack, it's the tail movement from a nice swish to like a complete straight, stop, focus, what did I just see? And I'm going to carefully try and peek around to the direction I saw them go in.
Mm-hmm.
Very quietly.
Yeah, you look out. You can kind of see on the edge of your vision that this figure walks up to another commando in similar dress, but this one much smaller, and they begin to talk as they are pointing to the ship.
Oh no. Okay. Is there a way for me to quietly alert Lux from where I am? Do I have any sort of communication?
Yeah, there's an intership communication little panel on the door, that one of the modifications that Iker has made.
Okay. So if I can, so long as it's not loud or anything, I'm gonna tell Lux just a quick seeing commandos might be in danger. Be ready. To that effect.
You hear a message spell in your head of Lux saying, okay, I am in the spelljamming helm, ready to take off. We cannot leave without the rest of the crew.
And so at this point, if it's a message sent, do I have the ability to reply back that way, or do I still communicate via the?
You can reply
other
back.
way?
So message works where they send you a message, you can reply.
Right. So I'll just say, correct. Again, be ready. Going to take a look. And I'm going to just make sure I kind of have my own weapons at the ready if needed, on me and stuff. Straighten out my little jacket and, button it up so it's not in the way kind of thing, and try and go around to see where they're at and see if I can hear what they're doing or talking about. They're on the ship that I saw, or they're outside the ship?
They're outside the ship, so they're just walking kind of around the space dock, pointing
Around
to your
okay.
ship and looking at it. Yes, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Okay. All right. Stealth. 24.
Ooh, amazing. Yes, you're able to go up onto the deck. You see Lux, who gives you a little nod. And as you're walking towards the edge to look over, you do hear in your head another message that says, Are you going to get the rest of the crew?
I think I'll reply. First going to assess what's the word I'm looking for? Amount of danger, basically. Then we'll collect crew.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure it's not like, I'm just assuming, but pretty sure something's going on. But I just want to do a quick let's double check.
Yes, and with the 24, you are definitely able to sneak over to the railing, kind of on all fours, just peeking over the outside edge, and are able to overhear with your cat-like ears what is going on down at the dock. They are about 20 feet below you. You see the smaller one is saying to the original one that you saw, yes, so this seems to be the ship that's been reported that left the battle with our commanding ship. I think we have to go and get reinforcements from the barracks, because I do not want to. They were able to evade one of our command ships. I don't know. Yes, let's get right on our way. And you see that they start walking away.
For flavor, I don't have mechanic ears, but it's the little one's kind of back into the side and the other one's a little perched, and then hearing that they need reinforcement, they're both up and definitely hearing this, and then I immediately go back to Lux and need to alert crew. So I'm not sure how I can go about doing that. So I don't have any technically spells to do that, but
yeah, that's true. I think that I've already established that Lux has sending.
Okay.
So Lux will again message you just to try and keep silence up in your thing and say,
yep.
I can send a message to the captain.
And I'll say back, quick reinforcements incoming.
Okay. We will cut back to the rest of the party. Get everybody back in here. There we go. We see you guys. We come back right in the middle of Helionics coming back to meet up with the group that's in this lobby of their Astral Elf community. You hear, Iker, a message in your head. You hear the familiar voice of Lux say, Ziltrath commandos are coming to the ship. Have some time, but should be making our way. Spelljamming ship is ready.
So just my head?
Yes.
Okay. Iker begins to sign, and the gloves project out loud. Oh no! In their head, Iker says, "Are any on the ship? Are there any on the ship?"
Yes. You get a sending spell back saying, last sending spell. The are not. They are gone for a time. But maybe back soon.
Okay. Yeah. And then Iker signs, "It's time to run." And begins to slide as quickly as their little goo feet can towards where we know that Ware and Nikolai are.
Amazing.
All right.
Do we
Mayor's
see?
gonna.
They said that that they had just come out and saw the end of our performance, right? So we're all in the same room.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
okay.
are all in the same room.
Okay.
Yeah. So Iker slides over there, and yeah, as you're still reacting to the performance, Iker loudly begins to sign, "We need to go right now."
All right.
So
Mayor's gonna wave
performance is
goodbye.
over.
Just
Cool.
begins to run. Well,
Mayor's gonna
not
wave
really
goodbye
run,
to
but
the.
squelch away as quickly as Iker can squelch.
Mayor's gonna wave goodbye to our adoring fans. Well, catch us on tour later. We have to go.
Bravo!
Iker's just
bravo.
shoving the slips into their goo.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are there cameras leading the way back? Are there cameras that people could look in at as security cameras?
Yeah, there are cameras all over the station. Some question about ethics, but it's raised every few years in the elections, and it some years they're off, some years they're on. But you do know that there are at least cameras all over the ship.
Could I use the on-off cantrip and turn off each camera that we run by?
Definitely, for sure.
Nice.
Nice.
Back where I am, can I do anything as far as getting to the entrance of where everyone's going to come in, and just kind of keep an eye out for if anyone's coming back as far as any commandos or anything, and just make sure that the way is clear for everyone to come back?
Lovely. Yeah, make a perception check.
Okay. That is 14.
Wonderful. You don't see any commandos. You do see the last bit of... So the way that this space dock is it's very, very tall. Probably 6 stories tall. And what you've seen as you take another look after talking to Lux, you see that the 2 commandos have walked into one of those glass tube elevators. And it has shot up. They are just now getting off at the 6th floor.
Okay. I think also Snap is just going to anxiously kind of slink back and forth between looking out and giving Lux updates.
Love it.
And waiting for everyone to get back.
Yeah. Every once in a while, Lux just messages you a word so that you can talk back if you'd like to.
Sometimes Snap's just totally ignores that. It's oh, right. And then it goes back.
I love it. Wonderful. So we return. You guys are running. Who has the lowest speed?
Let's see.
I assume I'm riding Helio still.
One would hope.
30.
Mayor says 30.
I'm also 30.
We're just in a little pack.
Yes.
30, flirty, and thriving.
Wonderful. Yeah. You guys start running through the station. Helionics starts turning off cameras as you go. You get a few looks, and then there's that awkward time where you guys run into one of the transit system containers. It is zooming down through the asteroid and back out to the other side where the arcane dock is. And so you're just kind of sitting there for a minute or two, nothing to do.
I'm too old for this.
As we're waiting, like having to like sit and wait for this train to go by, like Iker turns and begins to explain the situation. They begin to sign and projecting out of their gloves that customer service like voice says, "All right, so there are a few people waiting at the ship that may or may not want to kill us. So our options are A, fight, B, run away."
I vote run away. I do. Yeah, I think we should just run. We can just leave the ship. We can just leave. We can go somewhere else.
Oh, but I have my things on the ship.
Yeah, what are things but things? You know, you can just get more things.
Yes, there are things. Yeah, I
Snap
like
is
my
also on the ship.
Map is not a thing that we can leave. No.
True.
As you guys finish up, you see that the doors of your little transit container open up. You are free to continue running to the dock if you would like.
How far are we from the dock? Like how many minutes?
You guys were kind of leisurely strolling past this museum, and it took you about like 20 minutes to get from where you are right now. So if you're able to run faster, you might get there in like 10.
Okay.
I think we just keep running.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I've had my breather. Let's go. You're lucky I don't have asthma.
Oh, sorry. I did not mean to click that. So sorry.
Wonderful. Yeah, you guys make your way. You get into the space dock. You look around. You don't see any commandos. You don't see anybody around.
Okay, can we try to stealth our way onto the ship?
Yeah, go ahead. Everybody make stealth checks.
Oh gosh.
That's what you would like to
Totally
do.
out of breath still.
That's, yeah, just everyone hold.
Do I have guidance? I'm gonna cast. Does anybody need guidance?
I don't.
I have a -1 to stealth.
I'm gonna cast guidance on my.
I got a 5.
What does guidance do?
But
again?
you're a squirrel. You're
You
on me. I
added-
got a 19.
You add a D4 to it.
cool.
I like that. That's interesting.
So I assume I'm chittering as you speak.
Can Petrie help me stealth by them turning invisible?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Then a D4. Okay.
Oh,
so that
sweet
should
mackerel. That's only a 7.
Oh, whoops. What? What?
Can Ion give where the help action?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, especially because they're both on your shoulders. I do like that
Yeah.
idea that like Ware is about to like be like looking up and like looking real cute. You see the people around you are starting to be like, "Oh my god, a squirrel!" And you see that Ion just like goes over and tries to like cover them with their mechanical body.
So that's gonna help or make it cuter and more noticeable.
Oh no.
We shall see. 'Cause
Even-
you get advantage, so roll again.
I rolled again. It helped a little bit. I got an 11 this time.
Okay.
With
Not bad.
guidance, Mayor has an 8. So
Okay.
just like full armor.
And I think the only one I didn't hear was Aster.
I got a 14. Everything
Okay.
else was just too entertaining. I didn't want to interrupt.
No, I love it. Wonderful. So we got a 19, a 14, an 11,
And an 8.
and an 8, and yeah.
Also
I-
an 8. Yes.
Wonderful. You guys do like your mean average stealth check does pass the notice as you guys sneak towards the ship. There is a rope bridge as you guys all climb your way on, and you come back and see that Lux is fully in the spell jamming helm. They have cast water breathing on themselves so they can be in this like bubble of liquid. And you guys see Snap, who is like close to the ground.
Yeah, tail a
Iker
little floofy, but
Iker turns and quickly signs, "Is anyone on the ship?"
I'm on the ship.
Are there
Here.
puts their head in their tentacles, and clarifies, "Are there any enemies on the ship?"
Snap kind of darts their eyes around and gets up slowly and comes forward and just like, "Commandos, not back yet. Must hurry."
Okay, great.
Can I look
if-
around to see
sorry.
if anybody can I like look around or listen to see if anybody's trying to hide on the ship that maybe wasn't
Ooh.
caught?
Yeah, make perception or investigation.
I'm gonna guide myself on this perception.
Nice.
While they're doing that, can I help Lux like push things along?
Sure. You get the ship ready. You both work in tandem quite well. You've been working together for a while, getting it set up.
I got a 16 total.
Ooh. Okay. You like start going throughout the ship, making all the different rooms just to make sure. You feel pretty confident as you go through. You do see you start walking, opening doors just to make sure. You open the door to Lady Zala's room, who is reading a book on like a nice little chaise lounge that she brought with her. And it's just like, oh, excuse me.
Apologies. You haven't seen anyone weird, have you?
Oh, no stranger than normal.
Okay, perfect. Have a good one, and I'll leave the room.
You too, darling. You walk around the ship. You feel pretty confident that there is no one on, and Iker, you and Lux have readied the ship.
Fantastic. Then I am going to get us out of here.
Okay, wonderful. You guys, you see the ship start to lift up in the dock. The arcane mechanisms all start to click on. You see a faint glowing around as it lifts. You start to feel that there is this air bubble that has kind of formed around you, a little force field. As you start to make your way outside of the dock, you can just see, as you are going out, a bunch of like 30 commandos coming out from one of the dock ports, all starting to point and look at your ship, shooting, but you are already too far away as the spell jamming helm starts, or the spell jamming ship, your SS Big Boy zooms off into wild space. Wonderful.
Goodness gracious. Great. Okay, so as we zoom off, I think that, like, given the fact that it looks like we are going to be encountering more people searching for the ship, I think I want to try to drop Lady Zala off wherever it is that she needs. Oh. That way, like, that's a problem dealt with.
Okay. You could. It is pretty much the opposite side of the galaxy from where you are, and from the astral sea that you are pretty close to. Because you had started to move where the telescope had showed you. You could drop her off on a nearby one. It wouldn't be the place that she was supposed to go. If you don't want her on the ship.
No. Yeah. I'll just keep having Lux deal with her. It's fine. We're taking a quick detour into the astral sea.
I will say, do an insight check.
Wonderful. Is this going to be on her?
Mm-hmm.
Great. 17.
Wonderful. You see, you've noticed that Lady Zala seems to have no concept of how long space travel takes. So to her, this could be a perfectly average voyage. You get the sense that she does not seem worried or concerned that you guys are not going in the direction of her location at all. She has not noticed.
All right, great. Awesome. Then, wonderful. Iker is going to turn to, is Helio, themselves again, or are they still Nikolai right now?
I think as soon as we speed off, Helio's gonna sort of touch a couple points on their face, and some electric sparks are gonna come off, and this jelly face mask is just sort of gonna peel off, and it's gonna be themselves again. And they're just gonna throw it back in its compartment, so they're themselves now.
So cool.
Must be good for your skin.
It's actually sort of drying, but it would be cool if it was also good for the skin.
Yes, you should work on that. Maybe
Oh,
spruce it
yeah,
up a
I
little.
guess.
Multi-purpose.
I could make it better.
Yes. It's always good to aspire beyond.
Yeah, it is.
Did you get all of your things?
Yes, I got all of my things. Yeah, thank you guys for helping with that. I appreciate it.
Has it been about an hour since the last time we changed?
You can tell that it's getting close to that. Maybe 5-10 minutes left.
Okay, I'm gonna climb down and poke around as a squirrel until that timer runs out.
Oh my god, adorable. I love it so much. Yeah, go ahead and make either perception or investigation.
Okay. I am also going to test out the tunnels while I'm still a squirrel.
I was wondering.
Yes.
I was really hoping.
Nice.
Perception 17.
Ooh, nice. You start making your way around the ship. You don't see much of anything, but you do notice as you're going through these tunnels that are this system that Iker has arranged so that when they are in their small plasmoid form, they can kind of just move their way through the ship. You notice that most of them have vents. Seems to maybe have been an air duct system at some point, but these vents do make it so that you can hear what's going on very well. You hear that Lady Zala has started narrating her book to herself in her cabin, and you can hear as you get closer to the deck that you can hear very clearly the rest of the party talking up there. So there's you don't find anything strange or out of place. You feel pretty confident that it doesn't seem like the commandos actually entered the ship.
Okay, cool. So by the time that's all done, I will wander back to everyone before I change back and then change back.
Amazing.
Hello,
Wonderful.
Where?
Hello.
How was your time as a squirrel?
Pretty good. Squirrels are nice. Very fuzzy. Not sure it's my favorite animal, but up there. And riding is great.
Nice.
I thought
Wonderful.
the squirrel was very cute. It was a cute little squirrel.
Yes. Well, if you like riding, I could always just give you a little piggyback ride. You're still quite small.
Whereas just gonna look at you and be like, huh.
Could even put you on my shoulders, nice and tall.
While this interaction is going on, Iker is going to approach Snap and put a little gooey hand on their shoulder and begin to sign. Did any of the commandos come on the ship?
Not that I was aware of, no. Just seen them outside talking about recognizing our ship, wanting reinforcement, and then went away. To then come back with reinforcements.
Okay, I bet that was scary. Sorry about that.
That's all right. I would have managed fairly well. Lux is also quite capable.
Noted. And yeah, Iker is going to probably head to their quarters, and they want to examine this telescope a bit more.
Wonderful. Yeah, let's get a sense. What is everybody doing? Oh, and also, where Lux looks at you before you go downstairs and just says, Captain, where are we headed?
Oh, the coordinates to the place in the Astral Sea that you found for me earlier.
Oh, wonderful. I may need the telescope at different times to check on where it is.
All right. They look at the telescope and
I have a good sense for now. You can take it with you.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. All right, so then
Just
they take it
later
for
on,
now.
as we get closer.
Yeah, cool.
Wonderful. Yes. So Iker is going downstairs. You see that they have the telescope in their hands. What about the rest of you?
Can I just quickly side note, for Iker, the gloves that you are using, had we said if those were brand new or if that you had been using them before in the past? So just for synopsis awareness.
So those are new. Those are brand new.
Okay.
You've never seen Iker wear them before.
Okay, just so to go back real quick.
Yeah.
Snap would have, as far as hearing said voice, would have probably said something like, Captain, voice coming from gloves? And I look at what you're wearing.
Iker begins to sign, yes, these gloves were gifted to me by Mayor. They are really cool, but I'm not very used to the voice settings yet. Iker begins to like fiddle with like the knobs a little bit, and a new voice
Ask you to do more voices. Good.
A new voice comes out of the gloves. Well, hell, I think this one might be actually pretty fun.
Snap. It's the kind of the ear twitch of like, that was a decibel that hit kind of wrong, you know? Captain, if I may, prefer the former.
Now, Snap, it might just be an acquired taste.
Not acquired.
Iker says, well, all right then. And
I give a little pat and I say, perhaps in other company.
Cool. Cool. That's fun.
I think. Do I have a perception of how much time we have before we get to our next destination?
Ooh, yeah. Either make like a history check, if you have navigator's tools.
Let me see. I don't have navigator's tools. No. You said perception check or history check or
History.
history check? Cool. That would be a 14.
Oh, not bad. You have a sense, judging by like how big the Astral Sea is starting to look. You think you might have a day, maybe a day away.
Okay. I think Helio first is gonna go trance for like 4 hours, just sit in their cabin a little bit, and then tinker around with some things that they found after they wake up.
I think when you get up from the trance, you would probably find, because I think we're still sharing a room, I'm pretty sure. You would probably find Aster with this wooden ring in their hands and I would probably also have open the Wild Space Orrery that I showed you the other day, but just kind of like looking through, trying to find something. And for DM, I'm trying to like see where Pax is in relation to like where we are
Ooh,
in
yeah.
this little
Yeah.
wild space map.
Go ahead and make a intelligence check with proficiency.
With proficiency.
Mm-hmm. So add
Okay.
2 to whatever your intelligence is.
Okay, so that's a 14 total.
Nice. You are able to see that so Pax is very centrally located in the galaxy. You do like a kind of brief little measurement. It's hard to tell time, especially because you don't know this ship well. So like different spelljamming ships will fly at different speeds, and especially different like spelljamming versus technological ships. But you've wandered around space enough to know maybe it would take like a few weeks. Or if you get along one of the, there are these kind of like solar trade belts that are kind of a misnomer, as they are places where the solar winds do not affect you. And so you can travel a little faster. If you use those like main trade routes, you might be able to get there in like a week.
Okay.
Aster, what are you looking at? What is that? It looks cool.
Oh, yep. I was just trying to find where Pax is on this map. I might have a friend there.
Oh, that's cool. Like a friend, yeah. That's, how long have you known them for?
That is an excellent question. I don't really know. It's been a while since I've seen them, and I honestly didn't. I still don't even know if they're there. I don't know what happened to her.
Wait, you don't know what happened to her? When did you last see her?
Some time ago.
That's very fair. I don't know why I expected you to know like an exact time. You're sort of just like go with the flow, you know. Yeah. Anyways, so like you just saw her and then left.
No,
happened?
it was there. There was a little bit of a run-in with some of the corporations that. It's fine. It's fine. I was just thinking maybe if it was close we could stop by, but I don't know. It's fine. It's fine, and I'll just start putting everything away.
No, running with are you in trouble? Are they in trouble? What happened?
Well, okay. I had 2 friends, and then one of them was like, where, you know, he was a little autognome, and we saved him, but then they got him back, and then we just kind of scattered, and I just haven't seen them since, and I still have no idea what happened to either of them. So
that's horrible, Aster.
Yeah, it's you know, it's fine. It's what it is.
And why do you think they're on PAX now? Is this like new information? Is this?
Yeah, this, and then I'll hold up the ring that I got on. Oh my god, what's it called? The station we were just at. My brain is
Amradora Station.
Amradora, that's it. Yeah, this is actually something that I made a really, really long time ago, and I gave it to my friend Reggie, and the shopkeep who had it said that, you know, someone stole it from someone on PAX. So that's what makes me think she might be on PAX, maybe working with UAH or something. We did have a couple run-ins with them, and they're fine. They're fine, but
well, we should go find them.
Might be.
Because if they're your friend, they're probably cool. We should go. I mean, do you not want to find them?
No, I do. It's just been a really long time.
I mean, you can't just assume they won't want you to find them because it's been a long time, you know?
You're right, I suppose.
It can be hard being separated from people you care about for a long time, and I'm sure they would appreciate you looking for them.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I don't know. Maybe after we do whatever this thing with the telescope is, it seems pretty cool. Maybe I can, float it to the captain for as long as we're along for the ride, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like the best talker or anything, but I can help you if the captain doesn't want to, to talk to them.
Oh. Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
I suppose not everyone is as go with the flow as I am.
I think that's pretty cool about you. I think that's cool.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Yeah. Anyways, that ring you made is cool. You did a good job on it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. We'll just stick with this for now, and I'll get out my jeweler's kit, and I'll just start, making some other stuff, and I just need to get my mind off of it for now. We're on a mission. We're going somewhere. It's fine. We'll address it later. We're good. Yeah, but thank you, Helio. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll just start, working on some stuff. Definitely using all of the tools very wrong, but it works.
Helionics is just like, I'm not going to say anything. It's fine.
Wonderful. Let's see. Let's bring everybody else on. While that was happening, let's go next let's see. So we know what Iker is doing. We know that Aster and Helionics are having a conversation. What are either Snap, Ware, or Meyer? What are you guys doing?
Well, I was going to really quickly say, unless you're doing something else, I was going to have Snap take Ware for a second. But if you want to do something else, that's cool.
We could do that, and then I have a thing where it's going to do.
Okay, sounds
I
good.
basically wanted Snap to just take you to. He wanted to show you the little thing that he made while you guys were off out and about. That he added to his little collection of other things he's made.
How high is your shelf?
I don't know. I'm imagining just like let's say it's since I just made this up on the spot. Let's say it's like just a few old wooden ladders, right? That kind of idea, and using the steps as shelves. So we'll say like 3 kind of ladders, each kind of a different size, with various stuff on them. So the highest maybe being like 8 foot tall or so, I guess.
Okay. And where's your new doodad?
The new one, I'll say that Snap placed on. I'm imagining the middle ladder being kind of a shorter ladder, and he kind of placed it at the middle on the very top step.
Okay.
And it's, I think, as Em said, just kind of a little contraption, a little whirling device of some kind. That, can I say that it does it on its own, or do I have to like make it go?
Yeah, it's just doing it on its own. It's like spinning by itself.
Yeah. So I'll take it down and show it to you.
Oh, it is lovely. Did you make this while we were gone?
Yes. Found some extra time after repairing the hole, and I kind of point over to the repairs that Snap did. And yes, I had some time. Made a new trinket treasure.
How did you make it move forever? As Where is like,
Do not entirely know.
can I?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was gonna say, can I cast Detect Magic and see if it's magic? So Ware's eyes are just gonna like glow a little bit for a second, and is it magic?
It has no magical elements. It's completely mechanical.
Oh, that's really cool. It's like a full mechanical thing.
Yes.
What are you gonna do with it?
Purely for decor. And I gently place back up on the ladder.
When we were at the station, there were all these shops selling random things like this. You could become a shop owner.
Shop owner. Would require much knowledge of business, accounting. Not sure I have adapt knowledge to do such things.
Yeah, I don't exactly know how it works. Also, then you'd have to get rid of your things in exchange for money, and I don't know what you'd do with the money.
Yes. Money, not a huge value for myself, other than to acquire more resources for more trinkets and inventions.
That is very true. We can work on it, but I do like your little doodad. It's really cool.
Thank you.
You should make more of them. You could decorate the whole ship.
And Snap's eyes kind of light up a little bit at the idea and just gives like a little look up in thought of like oh my god, like what could I put? Just the amount of space in the ship and what could I fill it with? Just so much random trinkets and doodads. But yeah, so Snap just kind of wanted to take you and show you his little thing.
And once we're done looking at it, I will give it back to you to put on the shelf because I don't think I can reach. Because Where is like 3 feet tall. And then once we're done looking at your things, I'm going to be like, repair job's also really good. Good job. It looks really great.
And at that, little tail is very happy for the compliment. Thank you. Made sure everything was top notch. No more holes, no more damage. Want it to be great shape.
There's probably going to be more holes and more damage.
Let us not think of that in this moment. Too much to think of.
Yes. What do you think about the place we're going?
Unsure. Slight anxiety, but also excitement. Excitement about this new place, adventure. We shall see. Not sure what there'll be.
Hopefully, new things to see, new animals to meet.
That was actually a quick question just for myself. Has Snap seen Where do wild shape?
Probably. We've been around each other for like a week or so. And Where likes wild shaping. So you probably saw it at some point.
Has Snap seen Where as a squirrel, per se?
No.
Okay, so just at your mention of animals, I'll just go, yes, more animals. Have you changed recently? Having fun?
Yeah, I was a squirrel on the station, which was really good. I like being a squirrel.
Squirrels.
I gotta write it in my notebook about being a squirrel. Deciding.
Yes. Very, very compact creatures. A good size for traveling around in busy places.
Mm-hmm. And like you're less in the way, which is really nice. And Helio let me ride them the entire time.
A ride on their back.
And Bear gave me Captain gave me a sugar cookie too.
A cookie of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Any extra?
I think Mare had some. You want to go check it out?
Little tail twitch. Yes, let's.
And we go to the kitchen. Which is where I wanted to go anyways, actually.
Mayor's definitely making more food. Oh, good, good. Hello. There's hot chocolate, and I'm making soup. Do you want some soup?
Noodle soup?
Well, I haven't put any noodles in yet. Do you want noodles?
So long as there is no milk again, like last time.
Yes,
I heard
I haven't
of
put any
cookies.
milk in. Cookies?
Sugar?
You want cookies? Yes, I have sugar cookies. Look, they're in the shape of little rocket ships. Isn't that fun?
And Snap will take one and look at it and be like, not completely accurate to design, but still, fun idea.
Everyone's a
And
critic. If
take
you'd
a-
like, you could make me some new little cookie cutters that are more accurate. We could use those next
Oh.
time.
Snap stands up more straight. This is an excellent idea. Cookie cutters of metal shapes.
Yes.
And we'll kind of look away, pull out a journal and pieces of paper and things, and start sit down, eat cookie, but start making a list of like possible different shapes and things.
Good. Well, I need to leave this soup to simmer, but I was thinking we need to change up the ship a little bit. Icar's been getting us in a world of trouble with their little stolen ships. I was thinking we could add some things and just disguise it a little. You two seem like you'd be good for that.
More on the structural, like, integrity than, like, decorations, but I'm sure we could work out something. Like paint?
Good. Like paint
Could
or...
add paint, possible.
Yes.
Upgrades, maybe.
Yeah, I
Would
was
want to
thinking we
make
could
paint.
paper mache some things and then just stick them on and... Yeah.
Things of paper.
Yes.
How does
Paper
that
mache.
work?
You've never made paper mache. We'll have to have a
No.
crafting class soon. Just a little arts and crafts. We'll make some little things. Yes.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. The ship's, like, alive, too, so maybe we could just talk to it and ask it to look different?
Oh, that's an idea. Okay. All right. Can we like roll perception to see if there's like a head of the ship that we could go stand by?
Yes, I love that. Yeah, go ahead. Perception check.
I also have speak with animals, if that would help.
13. I also have speak with animals.
Love
Perfect.
the thought.
15.
Oh, 1 second. I lost my little page here.
Lovely.
There it is. I'll do one too.
Mhm.
Oh, no. Snap is totally involved with his cookie and making list of shapes. That was in that one.
Meyer, you see, you are looking around. You think, I think with the 15, that the ship might be able to be talked to. I mean, it definitely is alive. As you're like sitting there and you like really start to look, the places that aren't covered with these metal panels that Icar have added, you can just see very slowly that the vines like move and morph around each other. So there's some potential there. You also see that like just poking out of a vent, you see a little bit of slime.
Oh, Icky, is that you? Mayor will poke the slime. Icky! Wake up!
Icar giggles a little bit and slides out of the pipe. Are there any more cookies?
Yes, do you need a cookie?
Yes, please.
Here you go. What do you think about the shape of the cookie?
It is a marvelous rocket ship shape.
It's good to be appreciated. We were thinking about asking your ship to change shape. What do you think about? Have you ever talked to your ship?
No,
We're gonna try talking to the ship.
that is remarkable.
Yes. Have you? What's the ship's name? I mean, it's the Big Boy. Is that the ship's name?
Yes, big
Okay.
boy.
Yeah, we could also consult the ship, see if it likes its name.
Yes,
It is a big
it
boy.
has
That is
a.
true.
If it chooses its own name, that is what we should call it.
Yes. Okay. Let's pat the ship. Hello, ship. Can you hear us?
Love it.
Ship.
I'm gonna cast Speak with
just
Animals.
quick.
Try to also
Just
listen
looking
to
up some
see their-
technical and yeah.
I don't think Snap would necessarily get involved in the way of saying anything, and is just curious and observing this play out. Still
Can
eating.
You
cookies
might
under
actually
the-
need to speak with plants at some point.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
Yeah,
This little-
yeah.
I have an idea.
Okay, let's hear it.
As this is happening, like Iker concentrates on the same like planty spot. Do you cast Speak with Animals on yourself?
I was going to, yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Then basically, like wherever everyone is nearby, Iker is going to try to cast Command on the like plant matter, and the one
Interesting.
word is going to be speak.
Okay, cool.
Love
Mayor
it.
is also casting Speak with Animals. We're gonna.
So
we're gonna talk to
maybe with the combination of this weird magic, and forcing M to give traits to the ship,
To decide if the ship can be sentient.
it
How
is.
smart is the ship?
Let me see here.
I'm doing a lot of research here about
Yeah.
plants. If plants are creatures in D&D, because I believe does command specify a humanoid or a creature?
Creature.
Okay, then according to the internet D&D forums, plants are creatures. So you find both Ware and Meyer, you find that casting Speak with Animals, that you don't hear anything back. And where you have kind of like an innate sense of natural magics, you get a feeling that, yeah, this would be more like a speak with plants, a deal to be able to talk with this plant. Iker, you see, as you command this thing to speak, you see that those slow moving vines begin to move quicker, and you see that they start to kind of make this like eerie creaking noise. It does seem to be attempting to make some vocalization.
Wow, this is fantastic. As Iker signs, a voice comes out. Can the vines try to, like, can Iker look and see if the vines are mimicking meaning at all?
You have trouble. You think that it might be speaking a language, but unless, I think you also know that you might need Speak with Plants to be able to like fully communicate with the ship.
Shoot. Okay.
Look, Mr. Ship, if it's easier for you, you could do like a little tap. We could do some yes or no questions. Like one tap, little plant arm, yes. Two
You do
taps,
see-
no.
A tiny little vine that has a thorn on it come out and go to the kitchen counter and just kind of like tap.
Oh, good, excellent. We're communicating. Wonderful. How is your day? Are you having a good day?
Tap, tap.
Oh, a bad day. That's a
Would you
shame.
like a cookie?
Yes, you want a cookie? You want soup? There's soup on the stove.
Tap, tap, tap.
Oh.
Maybe?
Maybe?
That's an what?
Perhaps it does not consume such things.
Oh.
I'm gonna put a cookie on the wall.
Amazing.
And I'll set out a bowl of soup next to the plant.
You see that the vines kind of wrap around the cookie, and quickly you can no longer see it.
Good. Yes.
Iker approaches the vine and asks, "Do you have a different name?"
You hear 2 taps. Or no, sorry, 1 tap.
Ooh.
Hmm.
We need like a Ouija board. Is that are you too young to know what a Ouija board is? You folks.
What's a Ouija board?
It's like a little board with like letters. You move it around. It's supposed to be spooky, but
Snap does not like such boards. Brings out bad things. Have been told.
Oh, yes, they can be spooky if you're superstitious.
Iker,
Eyes gonna like dilate a bit.
Do we have any
Iker-
kids' toys?
Do you have any what?
Like blocks with letters?
Uh,
Can I
Can
plant
Iker-
also
can
spell?
Iker zoom away using the pipes and like
mhm.
look at their hoard of like little like knickknacks and piles of tiny objects in their quarters and see if they can find something that would help them write in some way?
Yeah. I mean, you definitely have like paper and pen.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Yeah. So Iker signs and says, "One moment," and zooms away through the pipes. Helionics and Aster, like while they're having their conversation, they probably hear like a wee as like Iker like travels through the pipes as quickly as they can. They're so excited and horrified by the implication that the ship has been sentient the entire time, and Iker has been actively cutting into it and building things onto it purely without consent. So Iker hurriedly gets like pen and paper, zooms back, and like lays it in front of the vine with the thorn.
Wonderful. And where, since you did a thorough investigation of the ship, you know that unfortunately there are no, actually, let's roll a luck check. So roll a d20 and tell me if you get a 1 to 10 or an 11 to 20.
D20. I got a 15.
Ooh. You can't find like kids blocks because there've not been kids on this ship for a long time. But you do see that on the fridge of the kitchen, you see like one of those things that has all the different words that you can like make little sentences and stuff. Just a bunch of magnets.
Can I go and get a cookie tray? Because I assume we still have some.
Yeah.
And put them on there and bring it over to the vine.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know how it's going to see this, but be like, do you want to pick out a name?
Amazing. Yeah, you also see that this is like a weird, like, you know, I don't know if you guys know, but those come in like kits of like various things. So like, but Iker has collected just like random ones whenever they come across them. So it's just a bunch of different words. I'm just gonna use a random word generator. Just
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
What about plan trick? Do you like plan trick? It's like
Plan trick?
you see
Iker
that
also-
the vine kind of moves in the air for a second and clicks down 1 tap.
Plan trick?
Plan trick.
Was that a yes? Nice.
Iker nods and says, and signs, "All right, the SS plan trick it is." Turns and looks at Snap and Ware, We have a lot of modifications to do. Turns back to the vine. Does it hurt you when we do renovations?
2 taps.
Oh,
That is very relieving to hear. And Iker turns to everyone else. Since this ship was made by the Ziltrith people, most likely, or yes, I think that's it. Does that mean this ship has ultimate loyalty to them?
You know that this is most likely not a ship from Ziltreth, because Ziltreth uses technology, and this is a purely arcane ship.
Oh, was it the
Gotcha.
Zilnore people?
There was an R,
There's
isn't it?
the Zalanastri. When you guys had your confrontation, the Zalanastri wanted the device or the item that you guys had. The Ziltreth Connexus ship was looking for the ship in that it was reported stolen. And they're kind of like, you would know, kind of police, kind of law keepers,
Right.
Depending on their influence in what sector of the galaxy.
I got you. 1312. So, Iker leans over and says, all right. Then it looks like we might need to ask the ship if it has loyalty to the former people who owned it.
I mean, the ship
Yes.
just heard us. What does it
Yes.
respond?
are you still loyal to your previous family?
You see the ship does 3 taps.
Oh,
Do you have a family?
1 tap.
oh. Are your family other ships?
Yeah, I think it does 1 tap, and then it waits a couple minutes, and then it does 3 taps.
Yes and no.
Okay. This is the weirdest thing that Iker has been through in a minute. So Iker says, is there any quality of care that you would like us as a crew to adjust?
You see 1 tap.
Would you like more sugar cookies? Do you want a daily cookie?
2 taps.
No, okay.
Could you write out what you would like?
You see that it like takes the pen and it starts to move it around, but it doesn't look like it's like able to like write anything, and then it just does 2 taps with the pen this time.
Bear's gonna go and be like, can you point to what you want?
Ooh, yeah, like using any of the words?
Or just it has a finger.
Yeah.
You want our stuff?
You want money? You want cold hard cash?
You see that it like looks over all the words and chooses one that says more, and another that says space, and then finds another one, breathe.
Oh.
Do you want
Like a bigger air bubble?
You see it clicks, it taps once.
Oh, okay. How do we... Iker, do you know how to expand the air bubble?
I assume that is something that we can buy as like an upgrade. Is that true? Okay.
Nice.
Iker.
You also see that it moves. It like starts to like put its tentacle over and finds one and says and it says grow.
Oh!
Grow.
You want to grow.
Okay.
What do we feed you?
Ooh.
They're
You
just gonna
see-
open up all the cabinets.
Yeah.
Here's the pantry.
You see that the little vine goes towards, there's a window and points out, and you see an even larger vine on the outside of the ship points towards the nearest star.
Oh.
You eat stars.
It's one tap.
Oh!
Okay.
We have to feed you stars, and then you'll grow bigger. And then we could ride on a planet.
Iker is suddenly uncomfortable with the creature that they are riding on. They consider perhaps the implications of what happens if we feed this sentient monstrosity a star and then they become something else.
Can I vibe check the ship? Can I roll insight?
Insight check on the ship.
I love it. Yes, make an insight
That's a
check. Anyone that would
13.
like to, thinking about this horrifying idea.
That's
What did you get again, Danielle?
A 13.
13. Okay.
Lovely. I'm gonna try
11.
and we will see.
I
That's a
think-
freaking 5.
I don't think
Wonderful.
I'm going to, just because I'll say, since Snap's been observing and stuff and listening, I think the way Snap is seeing it, and he'll kind of speak up and say, perhaps such as creatures have been kept in habitats, that this one is too small. Need to expand while creature grows.
Oh, look, it needs a new pot. Because, you know, you gotta repot your plants.
Yes. And I will say,
Yeah.
even with an 11, because you put it in the private chat and you did guess right, where you think that it might be about the light.
Oh, so we don't have a star eater on our hands? Wow, good to know.
Well, we're too far down it. Where totally thinks it's stars.
Okay.
Iker got a 5, so like they immediately was like, it's fine. And then like have already started thinking about bigger ship. Being able to carry more cargo / people. So
Plantrick, if we sail into a star for you to eat, will you be able to protect us, or will we all die?
You see 3 taps.
That's not reassuring.
You also see
Perhaps.
that he moves over, or they, whatever this ship is, the tentacle moves over and points to a word that says tired, and then you start to see that the vines that were coming out start to like go and move together. And in that moment, you see Aster and Helionyx walk into the room.
Oh, hello, friends.
Iker loudly rapidly signs, "My goodness, the ship is alive."
Yes, and it wants to eat stars. And its name is Plantrick, but we don't know what its pronouns are yet. We should tackle that next.
Love it.
What were you
Good.
talking about?
Did you make any friends?
Aster, do you think they're doing drugs right now?
If they are, can they share?
I
the cookie they're holding and drops it.
Wait, did you put drugs in the sugar cookies? I'll have more of those.
No more than usual.
Okay, that's when Snap drops the cookie.
You all just seem so stressed. Just a little something to take the edge off. Not the kind of shit that would like make you see sentient plants that want to eat stars. You know, it's a little bit much.
So wait, the ship's alive and it's a plant and its
name
wants
is
to eat a
Plantric.
star. Plant.
Yes,
Plantric.
Plantric
Like
wants to
tantric,
eat
but it's
stars.
plant.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll turn to Helio. Should we just smile and nod and, thumbs up?
We
Yeah, I
can
think
hear
so.
you.
That sounds great.
Sleep though is tired.
The ship is listening. It hears your doubts.
It knows when you are sleeping and when you are awake.
Okay, if the ship's alive, can it prove that? Ship, if you can hear me, are you alive?
Blanchard said he's tired.
You can't answer
Blanchard
for
can-
him. I have.
Well,
I
I'm
don't
just trying to be
believe you.
respectful of boundaries. You know, we were questioning it after not speaking to it for months.
Are there plant bits still visible, or has it fully retracted into so we can't really see it anymore?
The walls look like how you saw them before, where they're just they are entwined vines. They're moving a little bit, but no more than they were the last time you looked.
Can we give it another cookie?
Yeah.
I'll just
Blanchard
pat
likes
the
sugar
wall.
cookies.
I'll just pat the wall and I'll just say, you know what? You take your time. You can reveal yourself whenever you want.
Wonderful.
Iker turns to Ware and Snap and says, "Another mission. We must put up the alphabet so that Plantric can communicate. Perhaps using lights and paint."
Matt, could we get the stuff for that?
Absolutely. I will go to my hoard. Iker zooms off again to get more arts and crafts.
Amazing.
While Iker
I
zooms
like-
off, I want to go over to Aster and be like, Aster, you could tell them about it now. We don't have to go now, but you could tell them now.
No, it's
Tell us what.
we're on a.
What are you talking about?
Meyer has amazing hearing. I just that came in.
It's like I specifically walked away and put a wall between us. It's amazing. His hippo ears can hear everything.
Yeah, it's like a mom. You know how moms have superhuman hearing.
Yeah, Meyer's the best mom.
Yeah, they really are. Just thinking of stopping by PAX at some point if we end up heading in that direction. After this, of course, I just something on to keep on the radar maybe while we're doing this stuff. But no pressure. We can go wherever. It's totally cool.
I think that's a great idea. We should do it.
I love pit stops. Get some candy and fertilizer for our plant.
We gotta
I
figure.
thought you said it eats stars, not fertilizer.
Well, we
It
eat
also
mac and
ate cookies
cheese
and
and other
soup.
stuff. Everybody eats multiple things.
Can Meyer just carry around butterscotch candies with him
Yes.
everywhere?
Absolutely. That's the fancy pack is butterscotch cookies and various badges.
Do you have
All of
Werther's original?
Meyer's originals. He made them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
Or even if he didn't make them, he unwraps them and then puts other ones on there with the Myers originals on it.
Amazing.
This time, individually rewrapping them.
As
No,
y'all are
you don't
having-
do it. You have your scouts do it for you.
Of course.
That's how they get some of their badges.
Yeah.
The
Patience
butterscotch.
badge.
Yeah. as y'all are having this conversation down, you hear the speaker that is embedded in the wall come to life, and it says, "Captain and crew, I believe there's something you need to see."
Again, fantastic. And Iker goes up to the deck.
Yep. I'll follow.
Yeah, everybody walks up. You see that Lux has been sitting there. They have this kind of like travel desk where they're mapping out star systems. But you quickly see what has caught her attention. And that is, so you see in front of you the astral sea, which is these beautiful, instead of stars, which is all of wild space, it is clouds of different pastel kind of rainbow colors. It's a little like maddening, like Alice in Wonderland at times. Many of you have been there before in various encounters. And you see these clouds of the astral plane. For a moment, it's just like very beautiful. You see that they're moving. And then you quickly can see like that they are moving. It is moving towards you at the rate at which you are going towards it. You see that the astral plane is like coming out to absorb you as these clouds quickly overtake. And in that moment, Snap, you have a flashback to your past. Thinking about the astral sea. Let me change the music. There we go. We flash back to many scenes of Snap's past. The first one, we just get a glimpse of these black tentacles and smoke, but what you first remember is your childhood. And I think it's fair to say that Snapping Branch was a very energetic kid. And with that knowledge, Snap's parents, Blossom in Spring and Flickering Fire, got him enrolled in the Space Scouts. Galaxy 42, to be specific, so he could get out into nature and meet some new friends. And one day when Snap was 8, their troop, which by the way is TRUPE, had their annual picnic, a large affair on the edge of a beautiful lake with surrounding woodland. As you played on the edge of the woods, you saw something scampering deeper in, a large purplish squirrel with long floppy ears, and it hops off into the woods behind some bushes.
Oh yeah, definitely would catch Snap's eye for sure, and kind of does that look of like looking over at it and then back at everyone else, and like put his little sandwich or whatever down, and then definitely goes over to see what that was.
Yeah. You start to follow. You can just like make out that this little squirrel is scampering from tree to tree. You kind of like just find yourself following it through the woods, and quickly, just like 5 or 10 minutes into kind of like stalking this creature, not in a hunter way, but just in a way of like you're curious.
Yeah.
You see that there is a clearing in the trees, and as your eyes adjust to a sudden shift in light, you see the lake that the picnic is being held next to. There is a large metallic ship floating in the water. There are wooden and metallic storage containers stacked neatly on the shore, some as large as a house with all kinds of lights and technological doodads. You also see a figure. There we go. You see a Thrycreen child in front of you. They have a patch on their shirt that has a large constellation design that denotes galaxy from the Space Scouts. This one says 420 on it. They are an iridescent aqua color and have 4 long arms ending in insect-like claws. And they are crouching. They have seen the squirrel, but they have not seen you.
Okay, so I see them, and they haven't noticed me. Okay, and we're both going for the squirrel. Okay, I'm gonna like. I just thought of that gif of the cat doing a little, little butt wiggle. Snap is taking this as like, all right, they haven't seen me. I'm gonna get to that little squirrel first, and Yeah, so I'm gonna try and get to the squirrel.
Wonderful. Yeah, go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Okay. 21.
Lovely. You see, you are like able to go through this like tall grass that's right by the shore, and sneak up. And you are for sure, you're getting to the squirrel first. What are you doing once you get to the squirrel?
Snuff's not entirely sure. It's just kind of like a fun game of seeing if he can be really stealthy about it. If he can try and catch it, great. If not, it's more just the kind of game of chase of it and seeing if he can be sneaky and beat the other kid to it.
Yes. You get up to it. You get right next to it. You see that the kid looks like shocked and kind of like skitters a little back. And the squirrel just like sits up, looks directly at you in the face, and then turns and jumps up on top of one of the containers.
Oh, man. Oh, well. I'll get it next time. Hi.
Hi. You don't see. You see that they're like their little mandibles are clicking, but you hear in your head a little voice that just says, "Hi."
Hi. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. There's a squirrel. Did you see the squirrel?
Oh, yeah, he was really cool.
Yeah, well, that's very
But you
cool.
got to him first.
Yeah, that was pretty quick, huh?
Yeah. Do you want to play a game?
Yeah. What kind of game? What do you play?
We could play tag. We could play adventurers and explore these crates. There's lots of big ones you can like walk into.
And Snap kind of looks around at all the different crates, thinks about it for a second. It's like, yeah, let's explore the crates.
Yeah. Okay. And you guys start to walk into different crates. You walk into this big one that's like has multiple sections, and it's all kind of organized so that you can see that there's just like walls of different like soda drinks and varying things. It looks like it is full of what probably is going to a convenience store. You hear a loud metallic sound as a huge mechanical arm swings over the container, clamps the door shut, picks it up, and sets it down on the waiting ship, quickly placing another container next to it. Very quickly, all the containers are loaded onto this ship. You hear a speaker on the deck announce departure, and your new friend looks at you with a look of shock and fear on their face. What's happening?
I don't know. It'll be okay though. We're safe in here, right?
I guess it seems safe in here. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be okay. Don't worry. And I'll kind of scoot closer to them and just kind of wait and see what happens, but trying to be really reassuring, even though I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. And you guys are able to comfort each other. After a while, first you like try and knock on the thing, and you can tell that like this is kind of soundproofed. You start to like talk and kind of like distract and entertain each other while you're trying to figure out what to do besides just wait. And you hear the sounds of engines roaring to life, and the sound, and quickly, very little else. It sounds like maybe you are in the vacuum of space. Takes maybe a few hours, and you find yourself getting transferred from ship to ship. Hard to tell how many times, maybe 5 or 6 times. And eventually, you hear your container be put down, and you start to see the door opening.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna tell the other kid, I'm like, just hang on 1 second, okay? And I'm gonna get over kind of to the door and just like brace myself, kind of maybe for whoever's out there. I don't know.
Yeah, you brace yourself, you like flatten yourself against the wall next to the door. You hear the sounds of the door unclamping, and a bright light like opens to your eyes. This whole time you've been in this dark container. I think you have dark vision, right?
I do, yeah.
So you and the Thry Queen are able to see, but you do now see like just the endlessness of space and the lighting up of this space with a nearby star. You see that you are on the bridge of a ship, and you see in front of you, as your pupils like quickly shrink with this new introduced life, a Gith. He has long, thick red hair pulled up into a high ponytail. He has light yellow skin dappled with black spots, and he wears well-worn leathers. And just looks at both of you, sees you like trying to be against the wall, but not yet knowing how to stealth very well.
I think Snap would lose confidence at that point and totally back up against to wherever the other kid is.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You see this guy kind of cocks his eyebrow and looks at both of you and says, "Well, what do we have here?"
And I think at the realization, I think if Snap, can I see behind them at all, or just is he blocking kind of the view that I have at the moment?
You look out past it. You see that you are on a very large arcane ship. Yeah, and it's
Okay.
in the shape of like a lobster. So what you can see from your position is these like claws.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I think at the realization that they're definitely not where they were, and Snap for sure doesn't recognize this person, is not really wanting to speak up just out of fear of like interacting with this person. I feel like at that time, Snap at this age anyway is much more comfortable with like kids their age and not with like grown-ups.
Yes.
So Snap's not like entirely saying anything at this moment.
You see that Chitnit, who you have learned their name over the course of these hours that you've been in this container together, looks up at him and just says, "Oh, we got lost. They took we were just exploring and they took this container, and they took us away."
I think Snap again is just like getting still freaked out and is kind of starting to cower a bit. And if Chitnit is Snap is letting them kind of take the lead now. Yeah, Snap is like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and as Snap takes a step back, we see kind of a montage of snapshots that you remember of your first day with Ferric, where he was very kind and like got you guys food and tried to like get you into a good mental state to be able to talk about things. You both talked that you're a little too young to remember what world you were on, or even like what your home worlds are called. You just grew up on it, you know.
Yeah.
You weren't really paying attention.
Right.
You see that he sets you down with like a big thing of food, and you hear him on this like large kind of like iPad like communicator screen, talking to various people, trying to figure out where this container is from, and eventually, unfortunately, he's not able to tell. There's some shady dealings, and he can't figure it out. So, for years, you spent time with Chitnit, with Ferric, basically raising both of you. You traveled on ships, Varric teaching you about working with your hands, Chitnit and you growing up on the ship and occasionally getting into trouble. Once you became a full adult and learned how to be a great sailor, you said goodbye to your newfound family and joined up with a new crew on a rift repair ship traveling the borders of wild space and the astral sea. You made some new friends, including a dowar, a penguin person. Nope, wrong one. A penguin person named Ela. We rejoin you one day as you're both working on maintenance on the outside of the ship. You are both just making sure everything's working. Your typical Snap fashion of being very fastidious. And you see that he just she looks over to you and says, "You ever get nervous about working this close to the astral sea?"
Oh, not so much. I mean, sometimes. Not sure what's out there. But, it's all new, right? Isn't that kind of exciting?
Yeah, I suppose. I just, I prefer the inside of the galaxy. It feels safer there. You hear all these stories about, like, bandits and crazy things out there.
Yeah. Nah. I'm sure most of that's just legends just to spook you. And I kind of like to do a little, yeah.
I hope so. Okay. We gotta get back to work.
All right. And then, yeah, so I just kind of wanted to say, too, that I think, as you said, as I grew up and went on the Rift repair ship, even though this is kind of new for Snap, I think, he's out on his own now, so it's again that anxiety, but it's exciting, and so he's trying his best to like be independent or whatever, and so yeah.
Lovely. You guys get back to work. You and Ela work very well together. She hands you the different tools, and you are both like connected to these lines that are connected to the ship you're on, which is this large technological ship that is kind of in the shape of a bullet-like shape.
Yeah.
And as you are working, you see that Ela is handing you a screwdriver, and it's like gets away from them for a second. They bang it against the side, and it starts to float off into space. As it does, you both like go and try to grab for it. And as you do, you see this like large black smoke-like shape coming towards you.
Okay. I kind of get her attention and like, Ela, and I'm like stop with the the tool, like, and I point over. Yeah. What's that?
And you see that they turn facing away from the ship and look, and just like start screaming, this loud like bird screech, as you see like the rest of the crew kind of come up onto the railing near you to see what's going on. You see that as it does, this thing starts to overtake the ship. You see a strange black tentacle whip towards you, and in an instant, Ela is snatched from beside you. The line attaching to them to the ship is broken. You see that more and bigger, huge, smoke-like tentacles wrap themselves around the ship, begin to crush it. Smaller tentacles shoot towards your other crewmates, grabbing them and throwing them off into space, or worse, towards this impossibly large cosmic horror in front of you. It is made of smoke and eyes and gaping maws, and you are still attached to this ship. What do you do?
I think there's that immediate, that kind of shock where where Snap is just at a loss for a second, watching this all happen so quickly, and then the panic setting in of I'm still out here floating now by myself attached to this ship. So first, I'm going to try really hard to reel myself back in to see if I can help, everyone else that's in the ship and everything. So I'm going to do that first, if I can.
Yeah. You start to reel yourself back in. You see that quite a few people have run under the decks, and they are starting to open these laser cannon little turrets that come out from the side of the ship. Some of them are starting to fire off, but it seems to just disappear into that smoke. And you see that 2 of these tentacles have wrapped around the ship and are starting to kind of like twist. You hear this like horrible sound of metal being twisted and torn.
Okay. I'm kind of as well. Can I look around me and assess as far as like, is there anyone immediately near me that needs help with something? Because I don't know at the moment what I can do if the lasers aren't doing anything. So I think in the moment for the time, Snap's like, what can I do right now to like let me like get crew together? Can we if there's an escape route to
you see that there is a young deckhand. They are a young plasmoid who's put like 2 big like googly eyes in their thing to be able to like kind of be more human-like. And you see that they just seem to be stock still frozen in fear looking at this horror.
Okay. I try not to be aggressive about it, but I kind of grab hold of them and look at them, and I'm just like, we need move. And I try and get them to get away from, where what's going on, I guess. Yeah.
You shake them. You see those googly eyes go like crazy inside of the plasma. And you take them and they kind of like shake, and you feel their plasmoid tentacles kind of grasp your arms to back and like look directly at you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can take them. I guess I would know but for me, Jen's own sake, are there like escape pods, if you will, to kind of, if this type of thing happens, to like, so if there are that, I want to like try and get there.
There are little chutes that are on the side of the deck. Each one has like hatch. You get it open and you kind of like push the plasma in and close the door. There's single occupancy that pod off into space. As you do, you feel a tentacle wrap towards you, wrap around your body. It is this weird, cold feeling, and it starts to drag you towards the center of these eyes.
Okay. Am I able to feel around in any way at my sides for first? I'm gonna check like weapon wise. Do I have a weapon on me at the moment? Anything like that right now?
You definitely have right now your blowtorch on one side, and you do have a small little laser gun that's on your hip.
All right. I just, because probably brain's not entirely working, and so I know I saw earlier that lasers didn't quite work, but just out of panic, I think I'm going to try and reach for the pistol and see if I can shoot at anything basically that I can get my aim at with the pistol first.
Wonderful. You see do a perception check.
Okay. 12.
You look around, you begin to like shoot just at one of the eyes, and then at the tentacle that's holding you, you see that the lasers are just completely enveloped. It looks like it does not affect it.
Doesn't do anything. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna drop that. I think Snap, like, it would just be racing thoughts of trying to figure out what that would, if that doesn't work, what else. And I think in just a moment of panic, is going to reach again if he can. So Snap is, as we know, a collector of many different things, and he reaches into a satchel, and he knows he himself is not like a religious person anyway, but he's seen other people do this. So as like a last-ditch effort, he's gonna reach into his bag and see, is there anything that I kind of sense that I can pull out, or should I just, because I have a few little, I know we kind of talked, but
Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Snap starts to pull, like, you have in your jacket all these little pockets, and you start to pull out items. What do you pull out?
all right, first I pull out, I have this little key that I found. Oh, you can't really see it. It's got like a little nice little square there. No idea what that's to or anything. So I hang on to that for a second and like squeeze onto that and look at this thing for a second. And I'm like, and Snap says, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this, but does that do anything? Anything for him?
You look at it, it is still pulling you towards it.
Great. It's pulling me closer. Cool. I'm going to pull out. Next. Found this somewhere in the forest, a little green mushy. Again, holding tight, thinking hard about, like, I've tried my best, I'm doing my best. Is there anything else, please? Is anything happening?
You see that you are still being dragged in. Another tentacle does come out, and it whips to your hip and takes your pistol.
Oh, great. Cool. So, yeah. One more time, as I'm getting closer, I'm going to pull out this black pyramid, and Snaps. I'm probably crying at this point because nothing's working. He doesn't know what to do. I think everyone around him, it's just chaos. And yeah, like I said, it's just a hope this does something. And holds on to that and mimics what he's seen other people do, and just kind of starts muttering to himself what he deems to be positive things, and is pretty much just accepting this is what it is.
Yeah, you see, as you hold this this pyramid up, you see that all of these eyes that are all over it start to like move and centrally locate, so that you're looking at this thing probably like 15 feet in front of you, just like 50 eyes staring and looking directly at you and this pyramid. You see that the tentacle around you that was kind of like almost cutting off your oxygen starts to loosen a little bit. And you see that you feel like another tentacle come around you, but almost in like an embrace.
That's a bit awkward. Okay. So Snap, I think, is still in thought, but is now realizing and feeling that the grip is loosening, strangely. And I would say too, his eyes are like closed tight, but is kind of doing that like looking open, like to see like, is this doing something? I don't know what it's doing. Is it doing something?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, let's see. It's a 7.
Okay. You're not sure. It's definitely had a response.
Some kind of response.
Yes.
So Snap is just gonna, I think, kind of continue what he's doing, and maybe instead of tightly holding it, open up his hands a little more in case that like maybe this has some ability to it, that it's doing something to ward off this creature, just to like show it more, I guess, in an effort to,
Yeah.
you know.
You see smaller black smoke tentacles start to come forward and like move across the pyramid. And then you see one comes out and touches you on the forehead. You feel this like intense cold. You see that there is smoke that surrounds you as you are swallowed by this cosmic horror. But very quickly, you feel the arcane pull of a teleport spell. And as you open your eyes, you will see that you are floating next to a UHAH ship, a strange dark-colored air bubble around you, protecting you. At this point, the UHAH picked you up, brought you back to safety, but visions of this cosmic horror still haunt you from time to time. And we come back to the ship. The rest of you, as you are standing on this dock watching, or standing on the deck, watching this astral sea comes towards you, you see Snap drop to the ground.
Oh dear. Iker drops down and does a medicine check.
Can I help?
Yep, go ahead.
It's an 8. I have not rolled a double-digit number today.
Oh no.
What'd you get where?
Oh, I had given B advantage.
They helped me.
Was that an 8 with advantage?
Yep.
Okay. You look at Snap. You aren't able to like wake them up, but you can tell that they seem like they're just sleeping.
Oh, okay. This is concerning. Now that I think about it, we should have a nurse on the ship.
If he was hurt, I could heal him, but I can't really do anything else.
He is unconscious.
If you look close enough to, you can see too, there's that rapid eye movement underneath, just like, you know, something. He's unconscious asleep, but like something's, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's get him to his quarters. Will anyone like physically help
Yeah.
Iker?
For sure.
Okay, cool.
Well, maybe if we
There's
have
pretty
something
strong.
smelly, we can wake him up if we wave it under his nose.
Oh, okay.
That's a very good idea.
Something stinky.
Do you
you
have
have,
any
like, a
rotten
dirty
food in the
sock?
fridge?
Hold on.
Oh.
Okay.
Have we tried a gentle shake?
Iker shakes Snap a little bit.
I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration.
Ooh.
Amazing. What does that look like?
It looks like purple and green sparkles, as a lot of Where's Magic looks like.
I love
but
it.
like very natural looking sparkles,
Mm-hmm.
not
I
techy
love
at
it.
all.
As those go over Snap and you see the Snap being shaken just a little bit, you open your eyes and you begin to see those like pastel clouds of the astral sea begin to overtake the ship, and that is where we will end today's episode.
Oh.
Rude.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you soon, Space Cadets.